to another Saturday series. Why don't you kick us off? Tell us about today.
Yes, today's workout kind of sucked a little bit, okay? So we'll go through the entire, the nitty-gritty of what we did today. This one's not as simple as last week. It wasn't just a dumbbell workout. There's a little more going on. This week we shifted it up a little bit. We've been doing a lot of the you go, I go, the stuff where I'll do a couple of reps, pop the dumbbells down, and you'll do a couple of reps. We've been doing that for what now, 4 weeks, I think?
5 even?
It's been a lot of them. So if you go back and look at the other videos, most of them are that kind of you go, I go type style, which nothing wrong with that. But I think it was you actually had the idea this week that we'd shift it up and we'd go back to more of a individual test. We'd have to go through a larger piece and then the other person goes through a larger piece, which I was kind of fighting at first. I didn't really want to do.
Yeah, I wish we didn't do it.
I mean, in hindsight,
it's the absolute worst. The workout consisted of just 3 things. It was dumbbell snatches, toes to bar, and thrusters. But we did 1 round at a time. The first round you had to do 50 reps of everything. The second round was 30 reps of everything, and the last round was 10 reps of everything. Yeah. And it just wasn't easy whatsoever.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So it was just like Jordan said, it was 50, 30, and 10. So instead of having the you go, I go, where we split those reps up between the 2 of us, it was just I started out, so you can see me doing my first round here. I started out 50 reps of the dumbbell snatches at 50 pounds, 50 reps of these fancy toaster rings, which I obviously have not mastered, but I'll figure out eventually, and then 50 reps of barbell thrusters at 95 pounds. So, I mean, if you do the math there, it's pretty simple, right? We got 150 reps a piece in the first round, which was just wretched. So going through all that, and then you got a really long rest after that, which is the kind of saving grace of it. So when I pass it over to Jordan, he does his 150, which provided he takes enough time to do it, I've got time to lay down in the driveway, scream, cause a ruckus, just generally feel like shit for a minute and kind of feel sorry for myself before I come back in and do the next one.
Did you listen to yourself on video?
I did listen to myself on video, and there's a reason why we cut the sound out of the videos. It would not be as cool if we did, because I did not take that very well. I was just feeling terrible.
Shut the garage door.
It's just feeling absolutely the worst the whole time, and I was making some noise about it. Either way, that's kind of what we did, okay? So 50 reps each on each exercise, then 30 reps each on each exercise, and then 10 reps each on each exercise. So you can see here on the screen, we're gonna cut out and show you every single time we stopped doing thrusters, because there's a lot of times I stopped doing thrusters. These were not by any means consistent or all the way through. We didn't really have a strategy going in. So you can talk through a little bit about how you did it, but how I did it is starting out that first round, I figured if I could just get the first round done, if I could just get it out of the way and try to have it as unbroken or consistent, back-to-back reps as possible, that would maybe be the best way to do it. Before that kind of fatigue sets in, it caught me. Spoiler alert, I didn't actually get through it. The first little bit, I went through the 50 dumbbell snatches just clean. I didn't stop, I didn't rest, there was no deliberate rest throughout that. And I realized that was a mistake right about here. That's where I realized, maybe going through all straight 50 wasn't the best strategy, because it really did tank me coming to that last little bit of the round. So that's kind of how I handled it. I thought maybe I'd race through it for that first round, and it didn't pay off. So
that was pretty nasty.
What did you do?
Well, when I started with the snatches, I thought I was going to get 50 straight, and I did 25 or 30, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break. Toes to bar wasn't too bad, and then when I got to thrusters, my goal was to get 5 sets of 10, and I think my first set I did 5 reps, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to finish these 50. Yeah. I think it took you maybe 10 minutes for the first round. Yeah, just over 10 minutes for the first round. My round was maybe 12 minutes. Yeah. And it took way longer than I thought. As soon as I finished the toaster rings, I couldn't catch my breath.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. That's actually pretty much exactly the times where when I was editing the video, I was checking what our times. I'll throw them up on screen here too. You can see as the rounds are ending, how much time each of them actually took, because obviously, for the sake of, viewing the video, I did speed up quite a bit of it. A lot of this is kind of sped up just so you can see what's going on. But those timestamps throughout the video, because a lot of times you can't see the clock, but either way, the clock's there, the timestamps are there. That way you can kind of see how we're progressing through the workout and how we approached it. But Either way, this was a pretty cool workout in a couple ways. One of the good things about it was that ended up being about a 45-minute workout, something around there, 45, 46. You'll see at the end here, the timestamp will show you exactly what the time was. But it took the better part of an hour, where a lot of our workouts recently have been closer to 18 minutes to 25-minute time frame.
Yeah, we
and like I said at the beginning, it was the you go, I go, right? So this one is the first 10 minutes of the workout was just you, which is a different animal to the other one, and the strategies kind of have to, go along with that. But when it comes down to doing a workout like this, if you're training a full-blown CrossFit workout, or just something like metabolic conditioning wise, like HIIT training, whatever's closest to the style of training you're using, as you're going through it, one of the really important things to know is to find out where your threshold is at. How close can I bring myself to failure? How close to red line actually am I right now, so that I can keep going through the workout at the quickest pace possible, but also the most efficient pace possible. Because like I said in the beginning, doing 50 dumbbell snatches and then the rest that had to come after that wasn't really the best.
Yeah, my nervous system was absolutely shot after the first round.
I mean, it's still shot. I mean, this was hours ago now, and I still feel like an absolute sack of butt. I don't feel very good at all. But it was fun right when it was done. Walking out of the garage after that workout, it's walking into a different world. I wasn't even here, man. I couldn't hear a thing you were saying. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And around one here, I forgot what thruster rep I was on. And it wasn't because I counted wrong or because I added the reps up wrong. It was because I got through the first 15, 20 or something like that. And then I just forgot where I was. And I was sitting on the ground there for a second looking at me. I was man, I don't even know how many thrusters I've done. So we just kind of made our best guess, how many I might have done. And like I said, it wasn't because I counted wrong or I lost count. It's I forgot where I was.
Did you go back and check it out?
I didn't go back and check it out. I will in a minute though. I'll check after this. I'm pretty sure we guessed right. We're at least in the realm of it. So whatever.
I think you might have done more.
Maybe. We'll see if I did more or not, but that's kind of how it worked. As the rounds went on, having the ones cut down a little bit, having it cut from 50 to 30 to 10 in a workout like this, wild important, because obviously if you approach that second round, you're not going to have the same juice as you had in the first round, so you got to make some combinations to keep it kind of running. But I mean, I found myself at least having those 30 reps rounds and those 10 rep rounds, it was kind of refreshing. It was a little bit of a smoother pace where I was able to still finish it without too much difficulty.
Yeah, the 10 rep rounds I was good with. 30 reps I was still with the snatches and toes to bar, I'm fine. But when the thrusters, I can't catch up to thrusters, man.
Yeah,
they destroy me.
Well, put into the very, very end there, I mean, it was pretty rough, and you can see here on screen, taking a couple breaks. I did highlight all of our breaks for you and for me, because the stuff going on in between reps and thrusters is something that you want to see. So
it's awful.
Either way, that was the workout. We put that one together. That was Jake and Jordan original, and pretty fun time.
We're never doing it again.
Never doing that again. Never in a million years would I do that workout again. What you're seeing on screen here, that's a one and only time. I'm glad we filmed it because I'm not going back and doing that again.
One and done.
One and done. Cool. So either way, if you guys want to check out this workout, you want to give it a try, go ahead and do it if you got the equipment to do so. Something like it. Otherwise,
good luck.
Yeah, we'll see you next Saturday.
Right on. All right, this week's programming.
So to break down this week's program a little bit, so this is the last week we've got before we drop the rep range quite a bit. So like I mentioned in the last video and the video before it, if you guys look back at any of the last ones, we start with the programming cards in every single one. So this is week 4 of the program. So if you go back and watch the last 4 videos and skip to this piece, you can see exactly what we're talking about with that. So with those program cards on screen that we were showing you, going through week by week by week is pretty much a program that you can follow or you can follow along with or take pieces out of. And to kind of explain where we're at with it right now, just so you know what's going on. We're at the week right now where we have kind of the most volume and intensity throughout the entire program. So what I mean by this, I'll go through really quickly. The very first week of this program, we were doing 3 sets of 8 at 75% of your 1 rep max. So totally 24 reps of each movement, main movement at 75% of your 1 rep max. Now this last week we were doing 5 sets of 5, as you can see on screen, but the 5 sets of 5 were done at 85%. So we're doing roughly the same total amount of reps, 24 in week 1 and 25 in week 4, but we've increased the weight over the course of those 4 weeks from 75% all the way to 85%.
It's been quite the jump.
I mean, it's been a huge jump. Like the amount of like total stress that it puts in your body, you can feel it week on week. So the difference in how that first week feels and how this week feels is pretty noticeable. But the whole point of the program is that you're not spending too long in that red line zone. But I mean, if you look at how we built it, I mean, this week is kind of a red line week.
Absolutely.
So either way, that's where we're at right now. And then just to let you know what's coming up in the next 2 videos. If you tune into those next 2, cut to this part, what's going to be happening is a pretty aggressive drop in rep range and a pretty aggressive spike in numbers. The reason why we're doing that is because we want to figure out kind of where our total strength is measured by a 2 rep set or a double at the end of this program. So for next week, instead of doing 5 reps, we're going to drop down to doubles or sets of 2. So that way we can train up for that like max force exertion. That way on our peak week, the very last week, week 6, we can actually exert force on the bar in such a way as to test our max strength and see if we've progressed over the course of the program the way we plan to.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's pretty much it. Tune into the video next week or the week after, cut to this part of the video so you don't have to watch the whole video in the beginning. You can just cut right to the programming update. And like I said, if you want to take the entire program word for word, you can. If you want to take pieces out of it, you can. Either way, I found it to be a pretty sound program so far, and I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, and if you tried, I mean, let us know what you think, and if you added anything, you take anything away. And I know we change our Metcons each week. Our Metcons were kind of dog shit this week, but we'll be back into it next week, and yeah, love to hear what you think.
100%.
Awesome.